Well, our newspaper reviewer is here, Chukwudi Okoli Ubaja. Chooks?
Demola, how are you doing?
Great.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I like the crispy, brief.
Crispy what?
Yeah, it's crispy, but brief, yet it covers you properly. Good morning again. I like what you have on.
Thank you.
Jumai?
Good morning, Mr.
How now?
I'm like, good morning.
Good to see you.
I almost spoke Hausa.
Always calm. Always on Chukwudi. She's always calm.
Mr. Chooks, let's
Hello.
begin with the paper. The front pages are so busy today. Let me begin with the leadership newspaper. And the leadership newspaper above the masthead. FG ASU meet today to avert strike. You find the details on page 7. Governor Yusuf raises committee to investigate abattoir sale by Ganduje. You find the details also on page 7. And below the masthead, Minister sets up 12-man panel to probe train derailment as NRC MD apologizes. You find also the details on page 7. PDP Southern ticket lobby for Jonathan Obi's return hots up. Find the details on page 4. And at the side piece of the picture story there, see mother, 3 children die in Zaria building collapse. Details on page 7. FG unveils 750 billion pension board. Details on page 8. Alake orders shutdown of illegal gold site in FCT. You find the details on page 7. And Guinea Balstasa Ngoga gets 8-year jail term after sex scandal. And the headlines in the leadership newspaper: residents fighting bandits with stones made me buy arms. Katsina lawmaker. With the rider, my intention is not to militarize the people. It is to give them a fighting chance until security personnel arrive. Find the details on page 4. The picture story there: members of the Niger Delta Ethnic Nationality Youth Leaders Forum protesting against Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited's Group Chief Executive Officer at the company's headquarters here in Abuja. And at the bottom plate, Niger Republic PM Sultan of Damagaram orders celebrate Hausa Day in Daura. Let's quickly go to the Daily Times newspaper. And above the masthead of the Daily Times newspaper, train derailment, we can't dismiss any leads. That's coming from Apuafia, that's it, the MD of the Nigeria Railway Commission. And the headlines: 239 first-class lecturers quit Unilag over poor pay, ex-VC reveals. That's on page 10. And at the bottom plate of the Daily Times, lawyers, security chiefs clash at MDA annual conference. Details on page 2. Review of Nigeria's law vital for good governance, survival of democracy. That's coming from the AGF. Nigeria High Commission in UK not involved in extortion. That's coming from Kanuk. And NLC to FG inaugurate PENCOM board immediately. The details on page 6. And President Tinubu applauds capital market boom as market value hits 72 trillion naira. Mr. Demola?
Oh, okay, thank you. I have the Blueprint newspaper with me, and just above that nameplate, we have Uzodima approves 104,000 naira minimum wage for Imo civil servants. Details of that story can be found on page 6. And we have NACO to unveil digital hard savings scheme. CBN orders banks to put POS terminals under GPS radar. Details of that story can be found on page 21. Waffle Cup qualifiers, Chadian officials to handle Super Eagles Rwanda tie. That's on page 32. Then the major headline reads, AI deployment can fast-track Nigeria's $1 trillion economy before 2030. NITDA says nations can't afford to miss fourth industrial revolution. So you can get the details of that story from page 8. Despite Tinubu's endorsement for 2027, our ticket remains open. APC. Details of that story can be found on page 8. Full implementation of ACGA key to speedy trials, AGM. Details of that story can be found on page 8 as well. Then we have NOA flags off campaign on national values, symbols, orders. China boasts Nigeria's flood relief efforts with $1 million. Details on page 21. And federal government orders war risk insurance premiums on Nigeria-bound vessels removed. So, Chooks, it's over to you.
And warning that we might miss the fourth industrial revolution.
Yes.
Would attract a lot of, God forbid, from us. But you see, these things come as a function of attitude towards matter, towards phenomenon. It starts from appreciating the wonders coming from the exploits of the village blacksmith. You start thinking like that, you know. Industrializing is a way of thinking. You think it, you'll get there.
You get there.
You know, I think what people always jump to was, how could you industrialize without steel? And the sad stories of Alaja and Ajokuta would
something
now
we have
is something
in
we
abundance.
exactly, you know. So let us learn to think like that. You can always cross the bridge if you manage to walk up to it. So let's not.
Actually, the minister is emphasizing on AI development now, and you know, most of our youth are into that, and I believe that will not be left out.
No, AI development is a general thing. AI is in iron and steel.
Yeah.
Is in agriculture.
China is doing amazing things. with AI.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And AI will continue to grow. I just pray that one day the machines don't take over.
Don't take over.
I would like to watch you run into the
You
bush.
still need human beings to, you know, monitor and control and do all.
They are afraid that at a point it might start giving itself instructions.
Yes.
Don't wave it aside.
And this generation of Gen Z, they were born with AI.
Oh,
They depend so much on AI.
They are
to
AI
do-
compliant.
Yes, to do almost everything to do.
I think they have to.
Projects, school, and
Yes.
everything, they use AI. And they go to a place where they humanize their script, and you won't even know that it's AI.
No. You know an AI script.
No,
Listen
yes.
out for absence of emotion.
Yes, absence
You
of-
know an AI voice.
yeah.
You know. They read straight and all that. Anyway, it takes some experience to
Okay,
do
let's
that.
talk about this. Minister sets up 12-man panel to probe train derailment. at
12?
MD.
12?
12 panel, and I feel, and my thoughts
I
are,
don't know. I think maybe he took people from different units and departments. He wanted proper representation. Otherwise, I would have said, can 6 people look at it? But let's not talk deeply about it since we don't know the. It's
details.
likely that he took people from relevant units,
Yes.
so that everybody would be there to supply
contribute,
needed
yes.
information to find out why this happened. As I said yesterday, I am happy no life was lost.
No life was
and the
lost.
people who are being treated, nobody is really in a critical,
states.
but we need to look at it because train derailment is it's not like a car crash.
It's not.
It's not a car crash,
And this Katsina lawmaker, residents fighting bandits with stones made me buy arms.
And the first thing you say is, what daring? How could people be as bold as using stones on bandits who are clutching AK-47?
They are tired.
Wouldn't the bullet stop them mid-air as they leave the... But it tells you the desperation of the people.
Desperation.
It tells you how serious it is for them.
I was watching a video. Somebody said his wife, his children, and even people he gave succor to in his house have been taken. He doesn't know where his kids are. He doesn't know where his wives are.
Every hour, every second, when people he had so close to his heart are detached from him.
And you don't know where they are.
When we are talking about other people's situations, we tend to look at it as if it happened to tree for forest. The agony would be unfathomable. Where do you begin to measure the man's agony? It's unfortunate.
Well, I know because we experienced it in Borno State.
Yes.
There are so many of my friends who have not been
What we
found.
say at the end of the day is, please let there be proper cooperation between the security agencies and the people. The other time, a top military person was saying he was not comfortable with the kind of paying 50 million naira to bandits and all that. But I said, maybe the people had no choice anymore. Let us keep winning the war. Because just 2 days ago, Ribadu was, presenting some people who were released. It means we too are putting in whatever metal can come into fighting these.
It's a sad situation.
These people with heart of stone, no conscience at all. It's unfortunate.
Another alarming issue is in the Daily Times newspaper. 239 first-class lecturers quit Unilag.
The first thing you would have said is, where then go find work? Because an academic...
Where they go find work?
Yes.
Most of them, maybe they're Japan.
Are you serious about that?
No, I am. Academics kind of restricts you to the classroom in the main. It's like a journalist. Do you know why some journalists don't do so well?
Academics can
when
work
they
from
leave
anywhere.
The news? They can work anywhere.
I
agree with it. But a real lecturer, a real journalist, usually feels like a fish out of water when he leaves the newsroom. I know what I'm talking about. Academics, researchers, they are mono-minded about certain things. But that's not to say they can't fit in. Of course, the human adaptability, the pace of human adaptation to phenomenon, environment is astounding. It tells you nature has done a good job on us. But it takes some time. So for them to walk away, it means that it is really a dire situation for them. You don't walk out of academia into just any other job easily like that.
No, I don't think they are taking other jobs. Maybe they become researchers, or they can just work. They can lecture people from America, from the UK, online.
Okay. Oh, you are going the AI. You are doing a lot better than me. They could actually.
It's not a matter of just staying in the academics. They can move to other fields as well.
No, they can, but
these are quality
first class
yes,
teachers.
They can. I agree, but she stopped me from pigeonholing us. Pigeonholing us in the sense that these days you can't teach people from your own bedroom.
Yes,
that's the point she was making, and I thought it was a wonderful point. We should highlight it, even though I'm jealous it didn't come from me.
And FG ASU meet today to avert
the long-running story of ASU and government. I pray that they will find a solution eventually. Yesterday, what did we say? We said it's not a matter of if, but when. That's talking about the next strike. It's not quite palatable. It's not it. I know that what is happening at the citadels isn't the best experience for people, but it's a general problem. And anyway, I would have loved a situation where government can properly fund them and tell them, henceforth, you are going to look after yourselves. How much is Trump asking for from Harvard? You haven't read it.
Yeah.
It's not less than $500 million.
Yes, million
that money is transactional.
Yes.
The man is trading.
It's a business.
I can't call a whole president of the United States of America a street trader. I dare not say it. So, but Trump is one human being.
Trump is a businessman.
Yeah.
But I think
and he's so straightforward about it. I'm beginning to like him.
I think government is trying to find solution to the challenges that we have in the education sector. Now, with the moratorium that we're discussing today, is one of the solutions. And I don't know. Most of the private universities are actually doing very well right now. I mean,
because they tend to be better funded. Funding means a lot when it comes to...
And the learning environment.
And the learning environment.
The learning environment.
Again, learning environment. All those things draw from what resources you push into the project, And then they are not as big as many of the other universities, Some of them...
Well, you have 500 in a class.
Exactly. That's it. But whatever happens, if it's going to go out...
But you don't have 500 in the class any longer. Most of the universities are even underpopulated.
Now, yes.
Yes. I agree.
But what is happening?
Well, what is happening is that
What is happening is the reasons why they want to go on strike today now. I mean, they're having
it is still,
discussion.
I can tell you, Juma,
And,
as you sit there, what you're thinking about is when it's time for the next minimum wage,
Increment.
increment. That's what you're thinking. It is that same thing that is
Or a
happening
special salary
everywhere.
for NTA staff.
But
of
in
the hours of
my time, 12.5 was given to us as journalists, the way in,
Yes.
allowance that time.
It has not been reviewed up to
Whereas 10% was going to the general people. So they had always given us that acknowledgement, that recognition that we do. On Sunday, we find you here. On Friday, we find you here. So
Public
we are
holidays.
like soldiers,
Public holidays.
exactly, soldiers, policemen, nurses, and doctors.
Essential
It is not discrimination when you give them something a little different. That's my opinion about it. So that's it.
I hope they are listening.
Yeah, no, they always listen. They're watching us.
Okay, Chikudi, on that note, they are listening.
Oh, okay.
So as we are listening to my director too.
Thank you, my
so
dear.
It's time for you to
You would always ask me politely. He kicks me out.
Thank you, Mr. Chikudi.
See you guys tomorrow.
We'll take a
Thank
break.
you.
All right.
When we return, our conversation on Good Morning Nigeria will begin. Do stay.
Are you ready? Join us on Reshaping Democracy, a groundbreaking program on the network service of the NTA, where citizens get the chance to ask ministers, heads of ministerial departments, agencies, and other top government officials questions on their performance and delivery of mandates. With no sector of limits, conversations build around bridging communication gaps for feedback and effect as our guests engage with the people they serve.
How does ND foster partnerships with organizations, government agencies, NGOs, among others?
As our leaders give account to citizens' inquiries on good governance, tune in to Reshaping Democracy, a creative concept coming up every Tuesday evening at 10:05 p.m.
This is Reshaping Democracy.
Food security is national security. And where there is hunger, then the insecurity in that particular country will continue to remain. And so it is in everybody's interest, not just the government interest, but the private sector as well, to ensure that we have a very good agricultural policy that drives sustainable growth and then progress, of course, in its implementation. One of the things that we were doing and we stopped doing as a country is the operations of the storage facilities, the storage infrastructure, all the way to logistics, talking about farm mechanization, the vehicles that we need. The feeder routes, the construction of the feeder routes. The feeder routes are so called because they are not A-trunk roads. They are farmstead roads. I believe that if a considerable investment can go into the construction of feeder roads, then our machines, our transportation equipment would be a lot more efficient. There will be a lot of uptime, less downtime, and we will be able to, on good time, transport our produce from farm gate to either factory gate or market gate. Let us look at how we can make a dual use of our farm mechanization equipment so that when a tractor in the planting season takes a plow, a harrow, and it's able to prepare land, during the harvest and post-harvest season, you should be able to attach a bucket to that tractor to be able to take it to the nearest center where it can then be taken on. These are short and medium-term measures that we can take to boost productivity. We need to ensure that agriculture is practiced in the most acceptable and modern way possible. We need to make sure that the science of agriculture is indeed science. In other words, we are able to apply methods, we are able to apply resources into grain agriculture, so that when we are fully migrated away from hoes and cutlasses and all of these menial tasks, which, by the way, have formed some impression in the mind of these young people, they would then be able to see how enjoyable and how profitable agriculture can be. We've seen a lot of digitization of the sector. There is digitization of agriculture today. We have precision agriculture. We also have climate-smart agriculture. All of these, of course, hydroponics, greenhouse agriculture, and all of these are actually a better way, a more excellent way of producing food in an organic manner, but a lot more smartly.